Colton Hall is a remarkable building. It was built between 1847 and 1849. It's been used as a public building since the day it opened, which was March the 8th, 1849. But what it's mostly known for is the California Constitutional Convention that was held here. Following the American takeover in 1846, the government that was here was based on what was known as the alcalde system. The discovery of gold in 1848 and the rushes in 1849 created a government that needed to be adjusted. It needed to be modified because the alcalde system was just not working with the huge influx of people that were arriving here. The United States government came in at that time and there was a need to change it. The change was going to be one to a government more suitable to the many Argonauts and gold seekers that were arriving here. And it would be based upon the American system. Whether California would become a territory or a state was going to be settled in Colton Hall that fateful September month, 1849. The debates were dramatic. There were a lot of important points that were covered. Not only was the slavery issue addressed, but also where the state boundaries would be established, how the school system would be developed. We got to see who would and who would not get the right to vote. It was a very progressive constitution. Following the Constitutional Convention and the signing on October the 13th, the Constitution then went to the people of California to be voted on. And on that fateful November day, 80% of the people voted in favor of the Constitution. That's a very interesting number, except that it was raining extremely hard that day and only about 12,000 people voted. But of those 12,000, over 8,000 of them voted for the Constitution. The Constitution then was given to the two new senators to take back to Washington, D.C. so that Congress could react on it. The senators were William Gwynn and John C. Fremont. However, as soon as they got to Washington, D.C., then California once more became embroiled in the slavery issue. Think of it this way. There were 15 free states and 15 slave states at the time. California was going to change that balance with their admission. So they became very embroiled and very debated. It wasn't until the Compromise of 1850 was developed late that year that California became one of the negotiating points for the compromise. And finally, on September the 9th, 1850, California became the 31st state. To learn more about the Constitutional Convention and the uses of Colton Hall over the many years, I invite you to visit the building. Now, Colton Hall is opened 362 days a year, from 10 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon. Two excellent museum attendants oversee the facility and are more than willing to talk to you about any of the issues that come up. They'll give you the history of the building because, as I said in the introduction, Colton Hall has been more than a constitutional hall. It is one of the most remarkable buildings in the area. So any day except Christmas, Thanksgiving, or New Year's, you're welcome to come to Colton Hall and find out about the history of this building and this state. Well, I hope you enjoyed the program. Thank you for watching. Come to Colton Hall. I'm Jim Conway and look forward to seeing you here.